Hey guys, I wanted to go over the updated branded deck profile. I haven't posted in like I don't know how long. I think it's been a year. Just haven't been enjoying the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Too many broken things, too little interest for them. So, but I've been playing other card games and picked up all the cards for branded that came out, and have been messing with other decks. Like with Memento again, and been liking it. So took branded to locals last week, made top 5. I think I was like 3rd or 4th, but matchups were Crystron. He forgot an ad, and that's what won me the game. He was also using the Earth Machine package, which was cool, but that's what won me the game was he forgot the ad. Round 2 was against Manadium. I wasn't really sure because like nothing happened. So, and then round 3 was Kiltoon, and then round 4, the final round, was against the Rolad deck. I beat Crystron, like I said. I beat the Meridian deck. I lost the Kiltoon, and then I beat the Rolad deck because game 3 he didn't open any Rolad cards. It was literally Fiendsmith combo, and then set 1 or 2 cards. Attempted to play. He was looking at the board. He was after I activated Branding Fusion. He looked at the board. He's like, "Look, this Branding Fusion was all where you get." And he was thinking about it. It was a warning he had set, but I ended up beating him because he drew no Rolad cards. But yeah, get into it. The 2 Fallen of the White and the OG. I'm so glad we got this card. I'm upset at how expensive it is, but this card's absolutely insane for the deck. So I'm really glad we got this. I'm not going to talk much about the cards, but the newer cards are absolutely insane that we got. And then still 3 Lubriduber. Not much to say about him still. We don't rely on him as much anymore because we got the Fallen of the White Dragon, but he is still important to have. The 1 Quinn, and then 2 Cartesia instead of 3. That's because a bunch of other stuff has changed about the deck as well. Like the 2 Incredible Ecclesia and the 1 Dogmatical Ecclesia. The reason why these are in here now is because of this. The Fallen of the White. It says you can send a fusion from the extra deck to the grave to summon this, and then on summon, summons an Ecclesia, which is this, which then full combos for free, or it summons this. It's just absolutely insane. So I'll go over this Ecclesia whenever I get to the extra deck. And then new additions, Tri-Raid Kit. This replaces the old one. This one's just better. Golden Sword Soul. Of course, the 1 Courier. This got bumped down all the way to 1. I'm still true to believe that this should be a 3, but not needing this anymore as much as we did before to really dump the retribution helps a lot. So I guess we'll talk about these real quick. This is just better. Springen's Kit, in a sense. Springen's Kit's as spell trap this monster born on target when it's sent to the grave by any means. So this is for this. This is for this combo piece because you have this effect to send a extra deck, summon itself, summons the Ecclesia. Ecclesia effects summon this, and then you make the synchro, and then this does whenever a card's banished. Banish this to summon the spellcaster back. So it summons back this, the Cartesia, the Quinn, or the OG. It's just insane. So that is really it for like that Alabaz stuff. Only other things, it's just the 2 Bystials because of Rolad. These weren't in the list before Rolad, so these were doing fine though. I think I saw Magnum at once. It was fine. It searched me, I think, Fallen on the White Dragon. So. And then for hand traps, it's 2 Corellia. Shura doesn't do as much because the Rolad deck summons from hand a bunch with the ritual deck, and it locks itself out of extra deck. Killtoon normal summons 3 times in a turn. And then 2 Droll because Droll's been good so far. Rolad adds a bunch, Killtoon adds a bunch. So. And then that's it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 High Spirits. Probably the best card anybody could have given branded from a structure deck outside of the new extra deck and monsters. This is an amazing card. This is Monster Born or Target Pop, which we desperately needed. Fusion Deployment's cut from the deck because of this. It's just amazing. And then this card gets infinitely better because of the new cards. 1 fusion. It can stay at 1. It really can. I could care less, honestly. I've thought about just completely cutting it. It's really good going second though, so I don't care if it goes back to 3 or not. The 1 opening, this gets cut down to 1 because we play synchros and a lot of our combo lines go into synchros first. So 1 opening, or the 1 red still because it's still just a good card. 3 Nadir Servant, because this also searches the new Alabaz, and there's combos with the Ecclesia, the OG Ecclesia. So, and then 3 Super Poly, 2 Droplet, and a Retribution. Super Poly's good. The whole branded deck is Super Poly targets. So, and then Droplet's good, and Retribution's just the one of Retribution. Always gonna be good. If in the main deck, I think it's like 41. I know we don't go past 40, 41, 42 unless I'm doing 60 cards. Extra deck, the 1 Mirror Jade, the 1 Dragon that Devours to Dogma. This card's insane. This is also something that I wish we got sooner instead of the Alba system. This says if it's special summoned, non-target shuffle 2 cards from either graveyard or banished, face up or face down. And then if this card goes to the graveyard, add a Tri-Brigade or Dogmatica card. The Funnel of Virtuous card counts as a Dogmatica card, so just search this. And then it also will search this, which then gets you there anyways, but we're normally not searching this. We're normally going to special summon it. And then it also says if there's an Ecclesia monster on field or in the grave, it becomes a Towers, which is good. Branded needed a Towers. Mirror Jade isn't a good enough Towers. This is a legit Towers. It becomes unaffected and becomes a 35. So, and then still the 1 Lubellion, the 2 Albion, the 1 Titanic Leg. These become infinitely more important than they did before. They were good because this summoned Quim, and then this set like opening or red. But these are just infinitely better now because this summons the Dogmatica Ecclesia, which then searches the Fallen Virtuous on summon, or this just sets Fallen Virtuous directly from the deck, which is just, it's amazing, absolutely insane. And then the rest of the extra deck is kind of, the rest of the Alabaz stuff is pretty mandatory. The 1 Rimbrum, the 1 Garganol, and the Desert Aquarius. This has changed from Quiritus to Lulu back to Quiritus. The Garganol gets cut down to 1 because we don't need it as much as a 2 for locking and stuff, because I've completely cut the lock cards from my deck. And then the rest, besides the 2 synchros, is like supply targets / non-engine. I'm playing a Mud Dragon because Killtoon loses to Mud Dragon. I do own a Theseus, but I don't want Theseus just for Killtoon. If that makes any sense, I want it for other things. But Mud Dragon's also a good target because you can Mud Dragon off the remix and the Zaylin, so it works. And then also playing a Dragon Stapelia. Just because it's been free. It's been forever free in this deck since I think the first structure deck has been forever free. So, and then the other two cards are this, whatever you want to call this. I don't know what to call it. It's an invoke card technically, and this is an invoke card. These are very removable spots. These can be anything you want, but this is to get into this. The big thing you know about this is it says if it's fusion summoned, you can banish cards up to number. You banish cards from the field or graveyard, and or graveyard up to number of materials used. And it takes 2+ use multiple different attributes. But if you use 3 different attributes, you also get to do that, and look at the extra deck of your opponent and rip 3 cards, which is insane. And we can set that up on our turn. Set this up on our turn, and then do this on your turn, on your first action. It's just absolutely insane. This is very cuttable. And the last 2 cards is the Cliche of the Black Dragon, the 3rd Champions of Sword Soul. I don't know how I feel about this card. It's fine, I guess. If you're playing the Pharaoh chick, I forget her name, she's good. But this card's insane as well. This is part of the Synchro line. This is the Synchro line because this is just better Quim. It's a quick effect to take itself out during the main phase to summon Alabaz or any card that mentions it from deck or grave. So it's just free. And also says when it's in the graveyard, target itself a fusion and a card on the field, and then return them all back to the extra deck. Or return them all back to the deck. So this and the fusion go back to the extra deck, and the card you target it goes back to the deck. Removal. So cards are insane. I guess talk about this. This just adds the spellcasters. So this says add Cartesio, add Quim. The Titanic Clad becomes a little bit more important because it can now summon this as a target. It can now summon the Quim as it already has. Also summons this now. But this summoning this at the end of the turn is fine. This also adds the Fallen of Virtuous, like I said. So, also getting to this at the end of your opponent's turn is good. And then we'll go to the side deck. The side deck is kind of like built for whatever. I have it built for the locals because my locals is meta. I prefer it not be, but it's fine. The 3 Fua on the side because like it's still Fua. Fua is still good. If you play against something that doesn't summon out of hand as much as compared to like roll out a Kill Tune, put this in. A rogue deck will. This is also good to put in against Kill Tune because they do summon a little bit more from extra deck. I think it's 1 extra summon from extra deck compared to him. Siding 3 Ash. I sided 3 Ash in my Nationals list. It's fine. It's still just Ash. It's a good card. So like, if Droll wasn't as important, I would just main the Ashes. But and then 3 Crow for the Roll-Eyed matchup. Also for the Kill Tune matchup, because the RSs get bigger based off the tuners, and we have quite a lot of tuners. All of the chicks are tuners, so all the main deck chicks at least are tuners. So hitting their tuners are hitting like a Rolad card helps a lot. This actually, one of these came up against Rolad, and then 2 Redeki, a Duster, and then 3 even match 4 breakers. The deck board breaks by itself, so these are mostly for rogue stun matchups because these clear. I'm normally siding in Crows, Ashes. Very rarely do I side these in unless I need them to board break, like against Crystron, because that's a lot. And I don't expect to see the Fuas every time I play against those decks. So, even when it came up once against the Rolad deck, when I sided it in going game 2, no, it was against The Kill Team deck, I saw it and he negated it. The Rilla deck, I got to game 3 with, because I comboed game 2, but yeah. So, I mean, they're fine. They do whatever they need to do. Even the match has been good. Dark Ruler fell out of favor after the cards became less effective against Dark Ruler, if that makes any sense. Like, Dark Ruler became weaker because Lager Dancer is a card. He says, I'm good. A lot of decks now just bridge into Fiendsmith and can play out of Dark Ruler with Desiree. So, this clears cards off the board. That's why I prefer it. I'm sure people will still play Dark Ruler, but I just prefer to clear cards off the board. I don't own Sloths. I would probably play 2 if I did. But yeah, that's the list. I haven't uploaded a list or uploaded anything in like a year almost. So you start having a wave of content playthrough. But yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next one.